Good afternoon, everyone. I am Pradnya Dabhade, and I am part of the training team at Coachex.live as a data analyst trainer. I have worked with students and working professionals from very different backgrounds, helping them build confidence in analytics and move toward new career opportunities. Today, I will walk you through how healthcare analytics with AI works, what you will learn, and how this program can help you move from I have heard of analytics to how to use it. Now, this is the future of healthcare is no longer written only in prescriptions, it is written in data. Before proceeding further, I would like to address you about Coachex. Coachex is a live online learning platform focused on helping learners build job ready skills through in demand certification programs in data analytics, business analytics, healthcare, financial, and HR analytics, along with data science and Gen AI. Now, what makes Coachex different is that learning does not stop at classes. Students get daily doubt support, hands on projects, career guidance, resume, and interview preparation, as well as placement assistance, creating a complete path from learning to landing the right opportunities. We have been transforming careers since 2019, and there have been 10K plus learners, 89.73% placement success rate, and we have top 1% industry expert mentors, mentoring students throughout via online as well as offline sessions. Now, the question arises why everyone is talking about healthcare analytics. We all are completely aware that analytics is the booming career. It is the industry. Since the internet age, data has been getting generated. Now, that data needs to be analyzed. Analytics is not restricted only to the technical domain, it has shifted to finance, HR, as well as healthcare. Hospitals and pharma companies are becoming data driven, and the growing demand for healthcare analysts. There are going to be better salaries as well as future ready roles, which will combine healthcare knowledge with the technology. Now, the important question arises who can join this course? Am I eligible to join this course? Now, here I'm going to break one of the common myth that we all have that only IT students can join this course. That is not true. This course is designed for freshers, healthcare professionals, life science students, and even people from non technical backgrounds. The journey begins from the basic and grows step by step. So, even if you're a student who is a fresh graduate, can definitely enroll to this course. Healthcare professionals working as doctors, nurses, hospital admins transitioning into analytical roles. They can join this. Life sciences and pharma graduates as well as working professionals who are seeking career growth, promotions, or salary hikes. And here, you do not need to know coding. You do not need to have an IT background. Okay, since the code starts from the scratch. Before I proceed, I would like to help you or walk you through the course roadmap. Okay, now the outline for this program is that this particular healthcare analytics program is designed or it will run for 6 months and is delivered through live online sessions, as well as students are also going to get access to the recordings for 2 years, which means even if they miss a class or want to revise, the learning stays available. Placement support also continues for 2 years, making this more than just a course. It becomes a long term career support system. Now, let me walk you through the roadmap over here. Now, this roadmap shows how the course progresses. It starts with the foundation tools such as Excel with AI, SQL with AI, Power BI, EDA analysis, then one on one mock interview, Tableau, ChatGPT, GitHub, statistics, Python, machine learning fundamentals, healthcare ecosystem, healthcare data sources, information system, data governance, ethics and compliance, healthcare analytics, health economics, and outcome research. Then RW in pharma, capstone projects, one-on-one mock interview, certification, business communication, LinkedIn guidance, resume, job portal guidance, and then placement assistance. This roadmap shows how the course progresses. It starts with the foundation tools, which is Excel. Now, in Excel module, you'll be learning Excel formulas, pivot tables, how to perform data analysis, creating dashboards. We also introduce Excel with AI, wherein you will be implementing AI tools in Excel. Moving ahead, we have SQL module in which you will be working on larger data sets, SQL basics, joins, queries, as well as views and advanced SQL queries also. After performing Excel and SQL, you will be using BI tools, business intelligence tool like Power BI, wherein you will be creating different visuals. Since healthcare analytics, we will be dealing majorly with the healthcare data set, visuals representing healthcare reports as well as dashboards. After BI tools, you'll be getting introduced to programming via Python, where Python can be used for analyzing data, performing EDA, extracting insights, and eventually you will be learning machine learning fundamentals as well. Okay. Now that after Python, we are going to get introduced to healthcare ecosystem. Fine. Now that we have explored the overall program, tools, and career opportunities, it is the perfect time to hear from someone who works closely with this domain. I am delighted to introduce our subject matter expert, Tejal, who brings deep experience in healthcare analytics and the healthcare domain. She will now take over and walk you through the domain specific modules, real world applications, career opportunities, and answer your questions in detail. So keep your questions ready because this is where the webinar shifts from the map to the magnifying glass. Tejal, you can take over.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pratna, for the introduction. Hi, everyone. I am Tejal Devre and I work as a healthcare data scientist. So, till now, you have understood the overall program, tools, and the career opportunities. Now, I will take you through the main important topic. That is the most important part, how healthcare analytics actually works in the real world scenarios. Basically only health tools are not the important. How you are implementing it by using the domain knowledge is the most important part here. So we will start through the module outline. So in this overall program, we will basically start with what exactly the healthcare industry means, what are the pharma value chains and data ecosystems. So step by step, we will look into this. So in these programs, you all students don't just learn how tools like SQL or Python works, but you actually apply these skills into the real healthcare problems. So let's take example of hospital project. Uh, Suppose there is length of stay, readmission rate, bed utilization. So these are the real KPIs. KPI means key performance indicators that hospitals tracks every day. So how you will work on that? So suppose a hospital wants to reduce the readmission date. We use the data to identify which patients are coming back and why. So for that, we will use the different data set like EHR data set and EMR data set. That means the electronic health records and electronic medical records. Because as Pratna also told us, it's not always about the prescription. Currently patients and physicians are working on the data sets, like they want the data. So in the next module we will see how healthcare data governance and ethics and compliance will work, how healthcare data sources, databases and information system will work. So in that we will see different healthcare data sets, healthcare information system, healthcare data types, healthcare data standards and coding. uh, After that, we'll see foundations of healthcare analytics. Here, you will use your analytics tools also like SQL, Python, and along with that, with the domain knowledge that starting from the basic we will cover, we will use what are the types of healthcare analytics, what are the KPI framework, what are clinical KPIs, what are financial KPIs, what will be the population health analytics, and how the problem framing in all healthcare analytics will work. So if we take one example, if we take the example of ICU patients or any patient who have the sepsis. Now, if we come to the ICU analytics, this is the most exciting area to work on also. So here student have to check the prediction. For example, how the patient is at, whether the patient is at high risk or medium risk, who may develop the complications like sepsis. So for that, what you will need is data sets. So in next slide, we will see what are the different types of data sets. Next slide. So hospital and clinical data. So there are different types of data sets. Sometimes you will need the hospital data. Sometimes you will need the claims data, pharma data or analytics. So there are different data set like Mimic ICU data set. So this data set basically work for the ICU patients. EHR and EMR data set, as I told you, it's electronic health record and medical record. Insurance and claims data we can work on, that is CMS Medicare data set, claims life cycle and analytical data set. Population health data will cover the NHA, NES data and HCUP data sets. Pharma and research data, cancer data set and real world evidence data set, and industry databases like Quota, Flatiron Health and Optum. Like basically now in current healthcare industry, most industries are using Quota data set, Flatiron data set and Optum data set. So these are the different data set. So basically in pharma analytics, we will focus on how the drug utilization, patient adherence and prescription trends are going on. Now let's take, I will explain you the one example regarding the CMS Medicare dataset, how it's used in insurance analytics. So it's used in claims analysis, readmission tracking, and cost analysis. So in this slide, we have breakdown how hospital works, how insurance claims work, and how pharma companies are operate. So for this, you will use the visualization tools also, you will use SQL also, you will use Python also, and Power BI tools like also, along with the main your domain knowledge, like the pharma healthcare domain knowledge. For that, you will need what is meant by HEOR, that is health economics and outcome research. What is real world evidence, like how in real world patients are going on, patients are checking and how the data is collected. So all these things you will do into real world data sources, real world evidence, study design, you will do health economics and outcome research and use of RW in the pharma. So final impact is what this overall program is designed for the complete transformation. Even if you don't have any coding background or if you come from the different non-technical field, we will start it from the basic and gradually your skill will upskill for the healthcare data set. Yes. Next. So along with that, we will see applied healthcare analytics industry use cases. In applied healthcare analytics means it comes hospital analytics also, insurance analytics also, pharma analytics also, as well as population health management also. After that, we will also see the predictive analytics and AI in healthcare. Predictive analytics is most important part for the healthcare analytics, as we can predict the diseases by previous data also. So there are different retrospective data are available for us. Like by checking the previous data, we can predict the disease. Like suppose the patients comes under age comes under age whose age is more than 60 or whose age is more than 50, we can predict the disease based on their previous characteristics. And all over this study, we can also do by using different capstone projects. So these capstone projects cover hospital performance analysis, pharma product analysis and market intelligence, as well as ICU patient risk stratification and sepsis analysis. So these are just the example we have mentioned about the project. So we will also work on the different projects which we will use the real world data set, like how the real world scenario is. So basically healthcare analytics is not just about the tools, as I told you, it's about understanding healthcare system, data, and decision making. And by all doing this, you are not just working on the data set, but you are giving the better outcomes for the patient. So you are improving the patient's outcome using the data. You are not only analyzing the data, you are improving the better outcome. So this is basically will be the structured, clear data set used course for you. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Tejal.
Yeah.
Now, once you complete this curriculum, let us see what are the different job roles that we can apply for. By the end of the program, learners can apply for multiple job roles in healthcare analytics. Some may want to become healthcare data analyst, some may want to become clinical data analyst, Power BI developer, claims analyst, pharma analytics associate, as well as healthcare business analyst. So these are the job roles which are domain specific. Apart from this, since we are covering analytics right from the basic tool, you can also apply for the job role of MIS on the basis of Excel, SQL developer, data analyst. Okay, so for those mentioned job roles. Now, when we talk about certifications, once you complete this entire curriculum, you will be certified with 10 plus recognized certifications. Excel with AI, SQL with AI, Power BI and Tableau, Python and Azure cloud certifications, complete healthcare analytics with AI certification. You will also receive 4-month healthcare analytics internship certificate, and you will be learning from the best from the industry over here. So we have trainers listed here, and the subject matter expert Tejal will be taking the healthcare domain. Okay, so regarding the program outcome, I have already mentioned you that this is going to be 6-month program where you will be assisted with the placement support for 2 years, and we have daily doubt solving sessions Monday to Friday. In the roadmap, guys, I'll just again walk you back to the roadmap. Over here, once you are done with the domain, healthcare analytics, health economics, RW Pharma, and capstone projects, we will be conducting one-on-one mock interview. You'll be given certifications, and then you will be introduced to business communication. Under business communication, you will be taught etiquettes, email etiquettes, your interview preparation will be taken, your communication skills will be taken care of. Post that, you will be also given guidance regarding LinkedIn, how to build your LinkedIn profile. Your resume guidance will be also given to you. Job portal guidance, which means how to post, how to apply for different job roles, how to get placed. All of this guidance is given along with the technical and domain knowledge. All right. Many students worry that learning is only one part of the journey and that finding a job is a real challenge. So to bridge this gap, CoachX is giving you assistance, may it be LinkedIn, may it be your profile building, may it be your job portal guidance, or may it be placement assistance. We will be taking care of that. So with this, our webinar regarding healthcare analytics has come to an end. If you have any queries, you can definitely unmute yourself and ask your questions.
You can ask any question, maybe it regarding the healthcare or how you will start if you are not from the healthcare background or you don't have any knowledge about the healthcare. So you can ask any question.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
Yeah, as you mentioned that any role can be opted like healthcare business analysis specifically mentioned there. So how the healthcare business analyst can become from here? Oh, can you hear me?
Yes, Amrit.
Can you
Yeah.
repeat your question? How the healthcare business analyst?
Yes. What are the curriculum for the healthcare business analyst, or what are the tools you are focusing for those? Like suppose you said that the SQL, Power BI, Tableau, those are the data analysis tool, as I understand. But what about the healthcare business analyst?
So, also for the healthcare business analyst, what exactly he or she will do? You will work on the healthcare operations along with the technology, right? So, you will analyze complex business scenarios along and how you will solve those business scenario. You will gather all the data or all the requirement. You will design the solution to the patient for the patient outcomes or any financial performance or for any efficiency. So for that, you will need SQL also, you will need Python also, and you will need the most important is healthcare data, like the basic healthcare things also. So in the second module, here we have just mentioned the outline of the module. So here we are covering the all the ethical guidelines for healthcare also, as well as all the technical skills also.
Okay, we are focusing the Indian healthcare domain, right?
Not Indian healthcare domain also, because there are most of the guidelines are given by US healthcare domain also. So we are covering healthcare as well as the different countries guideline also, because in the healthcare industry, what happens is some of the companies have the clients, they are from the different regions. Some have clients from the US region, some have clients from the different regions. So basically we have to follow the all the guidelines based on the client requirements. So we will study all the guidelines according to that.
Okay, just go in a deep, just for understanding. Can you please elaborate more on a healthcare specifically, talking about healthcare? As I see, like data analyst tools like SQL, Tableau, Power BI, visualization, leave those things. And can you please focus on the healthcare specific things?
All right, Amrit, we have
Hmm.
already discussed about the healthcare domain. In this module outline, you have seen that we are covering data not just from the hospital, but as well as from pharma, as well as insurance ecosystem. Over here, you'll be guided for hospital management data set. You'll be guided with the insurance compliance also, ethics to be followed. So you can see here in these three slides, Tejal has already showcased you or informed you data set that we're going to work on, the kind of problem statement we're going to solve. Apart from this, you'll be receiving our brochure. Okay, our team will share it with you. Any other query?
Hello.
Yes.
Uh, any students or learners from non-medical background with any sort of prior experience, can they enroll into this course for any entry-level jobs into healthcare analytics?
Yes, definitely, Vineet. As we have mentioned earlier also, that even if you are coming from non-technical background, even if you are not from healthcare domain, still you'll be eligible for the course. We are going to cover here healthcare domain knowledge right from the scratch. Okay,
Okay.
so if you are coming from non-technical background, if you are coming from non-medical background, irrespective of that, you can definitely transition into this field.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have one question in chat box. Do I need a medical background to do this course? So no, Vishal, absolutely not. As just now, Pradnya also explained, you don't need any medical background. We are covering everything from the basics here. So, Sarthak, how this is different from the normal data analytics? Yes. So, in normal data analytics, you are only using the tools. So, you don't have the specific data regarding the healthcare only. What in healthcare analytics, you are using tools as well as the domain knowledge.
Tejal, we have one more question here from Prapti.
Okay, what is the question?
What kind of companies can I apply to?
Yeah, you can apply to like I can mention one, two, through companies here. You can apply to IQVI also. It is one of the best companies. Also for the different healthcare companies like there are Fortis Healthcare, Apollo Healthcare is there. You can apply. If you want to go for the insurance thing, you can go for there are different insurance companies are there for apply. And if you exactly you want to go into the pharma and life sciences, you can apply for Sun Pharma, Dr. Reddy's, Novartis, Cipla, or Sanofi is there. All these companies are hiring those who have the technical knowledge along with the medical knowledge also. For the pharma analyst, HUR analyst, or RW analyst, you can apply for Pfizer, Cipla, Novartis.
Okay. One more question is there from Yashika. I am medical representative. Will I be eligible for this course and how it will help me?
Yeah, definitely you are eligible for this course, Yashika, because as a medical representative, you have the knowledge regarding like some knowledge regarding medical also. All you need is just the some of the technical skills like SQL, Python, those we are covering here. And then you can eligible for the different role like RW analyst or healthcare data analyst.
Okay. A question from Harsh. He's asking, will we cover machine learning concepts such as hypothesis testing or regression models in a healthcare context? Definitely, Harsh, you're going to get introduced to machine learning fundamentals. Over here, we will be covering how to design a model, okay, basic model. And hypothesis testing is covered in statistics. Okay, we have statistical session in which hypothesis testing will be covered. And from healthcare context, see, once you get introduced to the healthcare data set, you can definitely use that for different tools using SQL, Excel, Power BI. You can implement that. Okay, Smita has a question over here. Who hires for healthcare analysts, like prospectus, who would be looking forward to these candidates who have done this particular course? Tejal, can you help here?
Yeah, which question you are? Who hires?
Who hires for healthcare analysts?
Yeah, different health data analytical companies also or business analytic as well as healthcare analytic companies mainly hire. So it's not only as I told you, Sanofi is not complete healthcare analytical company. It use technical like they have their different technical projects also along with the healthcare. Novartis, Pfizer, these are the companies they are currently hiring healthcare analytics. Gentex is one of the company they are hiring the healthcare analytics. As I told you, IQVIA is also there, Sanofi is there.
Even I would
There
like to
is
add
one
here
question.
that pharma
Yeah,
companies or pharma giants like, yes, Tejal, pharma giants like Abbott, Mankind, even they do
yeah, yeah.
require analysts, right? To understand
Yes,
their
yes.
operations, to understand the distributors. Perfect.
Harshavardhan is asking how can the course be helpful for person working in international health or insurance health domain with clients from UK and US? So yes, Harshavardhan, this course is highly relevant for the professional working in international healthcare because what happens is most global healthcare analytics mainly whose their work based on the healthcare system, claims data and regulatory frameworks. So which are all already covered in this program. Because we are strongly focusing on claims lifecycle databases analysis as well as Medicare or different database as I told you, CMS database, SEER database. Vishal is asking,
All
ma'am,
right.
I am a
One more
fresher
question
and
from
from yeah,
one more question we have, Tejal, here. Yes.
yeah.
Yes. Go ahead. Same question I was referring to.
Yeah, I'm a fresher and from non-tech background, so I want to know what are the growth opportunities if I become healthcare analyst? What will be the next step for me after 3, 5 years? So definitely after doing this course, you will able to know what are all the technical skills along with the domain knowledge of healthcare. So you will be able to like you will be eligible for the different roles in pharma companies as well as the healthcare analytics companies. Not only pharma companies, but you have to opportunity to apply for both the companies like main domain company as well as the analytical company. So you will be eligible for RW analyst, data scientist, healthcare analyst, and different. And after the 3-5 years, you are asking based on your experience and based on the skills you have gained through, like you will learn in this program, you will be eligible for the different higher level roles. Because once you get the experience, you will be eligible for the different roles. Because once you know the exact data sets, like what kind of data sets, how to read that data set, how to clean that data sets, that we will do in this program, you will able to in extract the insights from the data sets.
All right, Tejal. Okay, we got one last question here. What kind of pharma projects we can expect throughout this course for hands-on experience? Tejal, did you get the question?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
Yes.
So like we have mentioned the different capstone projects, we are doing drug utilization analysis, patient adherence analysis, treatment patterns, line of therapy, these different market access and market share analysis, as well as the HER and RWE projects, as I have mentioned. So these types of project we are covering in this program. Maybe they are regarding the safety and outcome analysis. So pharma analytics projects as well as the healthcare domain projects we are covering.
One more question from Vishal. I'm very afraid of coding. I don't know about SQL and Python. Can we skip this, please? Okay, even if you're afraid of coding, Vishal, we can assure one thing that you will be taught right from the scratch. And even if so, you feel that you do not want to work on those modules, you can focus major with Excel and then focus on your domain specific module, which is healthcare. So that way also you can have a good understanding of this domain or of the certification.
Yeah, also Pradnya, I would like to add Vishal.
All
So
right.
coming from the industry background as a healthcare
Yes.
data analyst, it's not always SQL or Python is not always needed in your day-to-day work. So it is just one part of your project. And if you have the domain knowledge, you can work on the remaining part of the project also. Obviously, the project will be the teamwork, so they will not ask you to do the coding every day. So it's just a one part of your project. Only the thing is you just know the basics regarding the SQL or Python. You don't have to be the professional coder or like that.
One more question, Tejal, from Prapti. What kind of problems do healthcare analysts solve?
Am I audible? Hello?
Yes, yes, you are, Tejal, you are.
Hello?
Yes, Tejal, you can answer this question. What kind of problems do healthcare analysts solve?
So basically, healthcare analyst solves different client requirements. Maybe it is cancer-related problems or uh, any length of stay problem, bed utilization problem, or readmission rate problems. These are the hospital related problems. If we talk about generalized hospital related problems, insurance or claim related problems, maybe sometimes there is high claim rejection, cost leakage, what type of pattern they are referring, or pharma related problem is patient adherence or drug, if the drug effectiveness is unclear regarding the certain drug, or market performance tracking, like how their company drug is performing into the market after the clinical phases. This type of problems, collecting the data from the real world, they are tracking this type of problems as a healthcare analyst. Any other questions?
All right. No more questions, I guess. Thank you, Tejal. Thank you very much for answering the questions from our students. Thank you, everyone, for joining today's session. Healthcare analytics is one of the fastest growing career areas right now, and this is the perfect time to explore it. If today's session has sparked any interest, I would encourage you to take the next step, speak with our team, attend the detailed course session, or learn more about the program. Sometimes a new career begins with just one small step, and today might be that step for you. If you can connect with our team, we'll be sharing the brochure in the chat section. Thank you, everyone.